welcome you to the biggest North Bengal's biggest quiz battle, the InspiriaQ quiz competition. Can we have a round of applause for everyone?
You know the beautiful thing about pizza, it's about life. You know pizzas, they come in square boxes, they're round, and we eat them in triangles. Now, the whole point here, and what you think about in life, it's all about the goodness. You know, if you're enjoying it, and that's exactly what we try to promote, inculcate in every student, every soul at Inspira Knowledge Campus is to do what you love. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I think I should now silence myself like the silencer of Three Idiots and give away the stage to the quiz master of the day, Mr. Gautam Bose. A round of great applause, please. Here comes the man. Pleasure to see you again, sir. I would like to officially welcome you to Inspiria Quiz 2023. And thank you so much. I give you the honors to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Well, hello and a warm welcome to one and all to the 10th edition of InspiriaQ. 9 of them actually of the last 10 years has been done by me with a lot of pleasure. And Nijang sir, he just increased my age by a few decades probably. But having said that, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, a huge round of applause to Inspiria Knowledge Campus for doing this over 10 years. And as usual, I'll try my best to give you a fun time. We are going to start with a written preliminary round. May I, by a show of hand, may I see the students who are participating? Just raise your hand. All those who are participating. So all the best, students. Let's roll on. Can we have a look at the first question, please, on screen? All right, this is the first question. Once again, no negatives. This is a cent, a euro cent, the size of what found in human anatomy is compared with a 10-cent euro coin. So we are talking about human anatomy, which looks like very, very small, isn't it? So what is that? I'm looking for names, specific name. Should be really simple. Compared to the 10-cent euro coin, it looks a miniature. I'll give you a clue. There are 2 plausible names. You can give me either of the 2 names. How many of you want more clues? Raise your hand. More clues? Many of you, okay. Obviously that looks like a bone, isn't it? A bone in the human body. So what is its name? 2 plausible answers. All right, let's move on to question number 2 now on screen. Let's see what we have. This is about the Apple store. I believe tomorrow is the grand opening of the BKC Mumbai store, and on the 20th is the Delhi Saket store that is going to get opened in India. However, about the BKC store, which is the Bandra Kurla Complex store, look at the logo, Apple logo carefully. It is inspired by something which any Mumbaiker is absolutely proud of, and you don't have to be a Mumbaiker to know this. So it's a cultural icon of the city of Mumbai and Maharashtra in totality. So my question is, by what cultural icon is the Apple logo inspired from? Think in vernacular, think in Hindi. It's a 2-word answer, 2-word cultural icon, just like Bhel Puri, Vatata Vada, all of those are cultural icons of Mumbai. By what cultural icon is the Apple logo inspired from? Mind you, this is specific to the Mumbai store. It's not that Apple worldwide is changing its logo anytime soon. This is specific to the Mumbai store opening. And the clue that I gave you is that it's a Hindi word, 2-word answer. Let's move on to question number 3 now. What do we have? All right, so this is from Wildlife. For this, I need 2 answers. And please listen to me carefully. If you write only one of them, no points. I need both. So the question deals with key differences between 2 connected species from wildlife. You have to tell me what these 2 species are. The key differences between these 2 similar aquatic species in terms of their snout. One species has a wider U-shaped snout and is predominantly found in freshwater environs such as swamps, lakes, and rivers, while the other species has a longer V-shaped snout and can be found in both freshwater and saltwater environs. Additionally, the second species tends to be larger than the first, with the largest individuals reaching up to 23 feet. So, what similar kind of aquatic species are these 2? Aquatic mane jole thake, right? So, any team who is or are from Bengali medium, just raise your hand. So I'll be okay. So please do let me know in case you find any difficulty. Ami Banglate wo explain kore debo, okay? So I'm looking for 2 aquatic species. Jara salt water e thake. Ode snout ta ekjonar V shape hoy, ekjonar U shape hoy. So what is the name of these 2 aquatic species? Let's roll on to question number 4 now. Question number 4 is this. This should be simple, very, very simple. If you have come to a quiz, I hope you have read your current affairs from newspapers and magazines, etc. So this is current affairs. Ulysses S. Grant, he had an eye for horses. So if he was the first American to face something which is very unflattering, then who's the latest in this series? Only 2 people share this not so flattering record. If Ulysses S. Grant was the first, who is the latest? You have to give us the name. Ulysses S. Grant. In 1872, he was speeding on a street in Washington, driving a 2-horse carriage. What followed him made him the first person to have an unflattering record. This is as simple as it gets. Needless to say, mobile phones should be safely tucked away in your bags, pockets, or a place near you, but not with you. Right? Just write the first name that comes to your mind. Obviously, Ulysses S. Grant, we are talking about America, we are talking about a certain unflattering record. The answer, the person, he is both famous as well as infamous. So, who is he? All right, let's move on to question 5 now. This should be the easiest question of the entire quiz. So, Nike has released these sneakers inspired from a cartoon character. Just give me the name of the cartoon character. Look at the color combination, should be absolutely simple. Both Nike and Adidas, these days, they come up with, various kinds of inspiration that they take from sports stars, from pop culture, and things connected. So this is one such instance. Which cartoon character? If you look at the color scheme, the answer should be absolutely simple. All right, let's go on to question number 6 now. They are some of the earliest photos of an iconic place that was taken by Skies and Nelson in the 19th century. You have to tell us the name of this destroyed. So the photographs are of a destroyed iconic structure which was destroyed many times in the course of Indian history. Which iconic structure? Now it has been restored to its full glory, but these are the pictures of the destroyed structure then. Let's move on to question number 7. Which Indian cricketer, এটা একটু তোমাদের লাইফটাইমের আগের কথা, But again, this is from current affairs. So the cricketer was in news only last week. So this is current affairs. So which Indian cricketer, and the clue that I gave is the Indian cricketer is not from your generation. In fact, he's not from my generation either, a generation before mine. No matter what Nijang sir says, he is before my generation. So he made his Bollywood debut opposite Parveen Babi in this movie called Charitra. It was Parveen Babi's Bollywood debut. Who is the Indian cricketer? Who also happened to be the first cricketer to receive the Arjuna Award. The first cricketer to receive Arjuna Award. Yeah, make sure you discuss the answer amongst your team only. Okay? Let's go to question number 8 now. All right, this again should be very easy. For those who are interested in history, history book, irrespective of whether you are in CBSE, ICSE or the Bengali medium board, shobaike eta porano hoy. So this particular plant has been a part of Indian history for ages. It was lost for decades, but now recently cultivation or recultivation of this plant has started. There has been a revival of cultivation of this plant in India in the past few years due to an increased interest in natural and sustainably harvested products. Identify this plant, which was very much a part of the Indian freedom movement. I'm expecting an English name, but again, I think we have enough people who read and write Bengali, so just in case you want to write in Bengali, we'll accept that. Right, so let's now roll on to question number 9. So my question is, what was the name of the last lunar mission that put a human being on moon? Was it Apollo 9, Apollo 17, 19 or 21? So I hope the question is abundantly clear to all participants. You have to give us the name of the lunar mission which was the last to put a man on the moon. Was it called Apollo 17, Apollo 9, Apollo 19 or Apollo 21? Once again, please write the full answer. Reiterating that, write the full answer. Don't just write A, B, C or D. If you think A is the right answer, write A, Apollo 9. That way, full answer. Let's now move on to, now before we actually move on to the next question, let me tell you what happens in the case of a tiebreaker. Question number 10 through 17. Those are the tiebreaker questions. Please remember that. Question 10 to question 17. In case there is a tie for the last team, we will then consider those questions from 10 to 17. Whichever team answers them more correct answers on those questions, they will automatically qualify for the grand finale, right? So the first of the tiebreaker question, question 10, coming up on the screen. Let's see. This is from IPL. A new rule has been introduced. So I've given the sign that the umpire makes, the gesture that the umpire makes. You have to tell us what is the umpire trying to, no, I've given you the status, so that's the impact player. You will have to tell us the name of the first impact player in this edition of the IPL. This is a newly formulated rule, of course. Who became the first player who was termed as the impact player in this edition of IPL? This was a game against the Gujarat Titans. All right, I hope all of you would get this one. All fans of IPL, should be easy. Let's go to the next one, question 11. Yeah, I was at this place only a day before yesterday. So this is from your region. Take a careful look at the picture. She was the daughter of somebody known as Cruikshank, or alternatively called Bagdon, according to others, came to Kurseong from England for a visit. She liked the picturesque setting so much that she promised to come back to the place again. However, unfortunately, she drowned while sailing. So her father decided to name a particular tea garden upon her. You have to give us the name of the tea garden. So that picture is a direct clue. On your way to Kaohsiung, this is one of the most famous tea gardens, I'm told. What is its name? I can't give you any more clues on this one because I'm hoping all of you know the answer. But again, even if you don't know the answer, see, we are talking about a daughter. So a tea garden being named upon a daughter. So obviously, try and figure out, a name which is feminine and kind of fits to all the description given in the question. Let's move on to the next one, question 12. The name of this fort means picturesque fort in Kannada. So if you translate this into Kannada, you will get the answer. And comes from the namesake town. The fort was built in stages between 11th and 13th centuries by the dynastic rulers of the region, which included the Chalukyas, the Hoysalas, and later the Vijayanagara Empire. What is the name of this famous fort, which is located in Karnataka? Think about names of forts. So whenever we talk about forts, predominantly our thinking goes towards Rajasthan. But there are other fascinating forts in different parts of the country, not only in Rajasthan. Think about majestic forts located in the southern part of the country, and you might have a clue. Let's move across to question number 13. We'll have a repetition of the entire set in the reverse order. So just in case you don't know the answer to any particular question, you can always come back when we do a revision of this. Question 13 is about a sport. What competitive sport requiring minimal physical activity? Now this is very simple if you actually think about it. So we are talking about a sport. It does not require much of, hand and leg movement. But it has been estimated recently that when performed at the highest level, it has been found to burn up to 6,000 calories per day due to the intense use of cognitive functions. People who engage in this activity at a high level may often consume high-calorie snacks while playing this. What sport are we talking about? Which requires minimal physical movement. But studies show that when played at the highest level, it might consume more than 6,000 calories per day. Which I believe is lesser than what KL Rahul spends on a cricket field these days. But yeah, 6,000 calories is a lot of calories to spend. What activity or sport? Let's go to question 14 now. You have to give us the name of a wildlife sanctuary. Okay, a national park. Ekta national park in naam bolte hobe. I'll give you the description of the national park. The wildlife sanctuary was created 250 years ago and is named after a Lord Shiva temple. So the name of the national park or the sanctuary actually comes from the name, an alternative name of Lord Shiva. And why it was chosen is because there was a Shiva temple inside this national park. It was originally a natural depression and was flooded after the Ajan Bandh was constructed by Maharaja Surajmal, whose picture is given, the ruler of Bharatpur between 1726 and 1763. So what is the name of this famous national park which was named upon a Shiva temple? Just to remind all of you, we are left with 6 more questions. And after that, we open it up as an open house with lots and lots of audience prizes. Let's go to the next question, question 15. Simple enough, you have to give us the name of the country which has been ruled by the Hashemites. The Hashemites are the rulers of which country? Straight from your history book. which Asian country has been ruled by the kingdom of Hashemites or the house of Hashim? They were the royal family of the kingdoms of Hejaz, Syria, and Iraq at different points in time. The family had ruled the city of Mecca continuously since the 10th century. They are principally the royal family of which country, which they have ruled since 1921. It's a long, long time. 1921. Which Asian country? Let's go to question 16 now. This is Istana Nurul Iman, is the world's largest royal palace. Now here there are certain disclaimers. There might be multiple claimants claiming themselves to be the largest palace. অনেকেই বলতে পারে আমার বাড়িটা সবথেকে বড়. Now the point is, how do you ascertain that? Guinness Book of Record has a specific way of calculating it. This book, if they had to certify it, they won't consider the lawns. They'll only consider the floor space. So as per that, this has been the largest palace as certified by the Guinness Book of World Records. It's called the Istana Nurul Iman. Question is, it is the official residence of head of state of which country that is surrounded by the Malaysian state of Sarawak. So think about Malaysia, think about world map, think about countries which are close to Malaysia, and then probably you will arrive at the right answer. Which country houses the largest palace as per the Guinness World Record? Let's go to the next question. The last of the tiebreaker question is question 17. So look at the currency. This was a currency of Pakistan not till long back. It houses, so this is a 17th century mausoleum which is located in Shahadrabag near Lahore, along the banks of the Ravi River. The tomb is of which Mughal emperor? So even if the visual is not very clear to people seated at the back, that's not going to be consequential to you arriving at the right answer. The question predominantly is, which Mughal emperor's tomb is located in Shahadrabag near Lahore? Obviously, it's a Mughal king. You know the names of almost all the Mughal kings, so try and figure out the answer from the timeline that has been quoted in the question. 17th century Mughal king. This was the 1,000 rupee Pakistani note, which is now out of circulation. Let's move across to question number 18 now. What is the name of the ongoing search and rescue operation initiated by the government of India, which aids or it's aiming to provide aid in Syria and Turkey? Many of you would know that unfortunately Syria and Turkey were struck by a devastating earthquake. So as always, India has stepped up. It has sent various teams to both these countries for a search and rescue operation. What is the code name given to the search and rescue operation, an initiative by the government of India? It's a friendly mission. That's a one before I give out the answer itself. Question 19. You have to give us the name of this organization from the logo and the associated clues given. It is an environmentalist organization which is HQ'd in Geneva, founded by the former Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev. So he was the one instrumental in founding this environmental friendly organization, so to speak, in 1993. Today, member organizations are in 30 countries. Its primary stated objective or mission is to respond to the combined challenges of security, poverty, and environmental related issues. What is its name? This again is one of those questions which even if you don't know the answer, you can figure out the answer from the clues. One, look at the logo. So if you can literally translate the logo, you will arrive at the answer. And we are talking about sustainability and environment. So think about few buzzwords which are connected to environment and sustainability. And now we have reached the last question of the elims. Question number 20 on screen, please. Here it comes, question number 20. IBA Women's World Boxing Championship 2023 was hosted sometime back in India. You have to give us the name of this mascot. India won lots and lots of medals, as expected. Hopefully they'll take that form to the Olympics, which is going to be staged sometime next year. So you have to give us the name of the mascot of Women's World Boxing Championship that was held in India. 20 questions for the elims. I hope you have done well for yourselves. Just to remind you quickly, only one team, the top team from each school, will qualify for the grand finals. In total, top 6 teams. We'll tell you who those 6 teams are. Just a quick reminder to all of you not to forget to write the name of your school and write the name of all the participating members. Volunteers, please collect the answer sheets.